Alright everyone, so this is just a follow-up video to the video I made about a week ago or so, when I predicted how Super Tuesday was going to go. Now, of course, I was wrong. Biden ended up winning 4 more states that I didn't really see coming, although Texas I could say I kind of saw coming. But the rest, Massachusetts, I would have never saw that. Maine and Minnesota also came as a surprise since Sanders in the polls was neck and neck with Amy Klobuchar, but I guess all the Klobuchar voters really did conglomerate around Biden, to his credit. Now, of course, if you're rooting for Donald Trump this time, Biden as the nominee is the ultimate gift. Trump will cruise to re-election, no question. Biden can't handle himself uh, properly in any political setting, in any public setting. He can't utter a sentence properly. So I don't really see him being a challenge to Trump in any way. Now, if we look at 538, now keep in mind 538 got the last election wrong, but the polls they have for March 10th are grim for Sanders to say the least. If these polls were the election result, Bernie would edge out 2 states, Washington, which last time he won with, I believe, 70% of the vote. He won every county in Washington the last Dem primary in 2016. And he'll win Democrats abroad, which I don't think Democrats abroad really holds any weight or delegates, probably like, 10 delegates or something. I don't know. But it seems very insignificant, unfortunately, for those folks. Um, but every other state, Biden has a huge lead in Missouri. Biden's definitely going to take Missouri. Mississippi, I predict, will go to Biden as well. Idaho, I honestly think if Sanders has a better night, he's going to pick up Idaho. And he won Idaho last time by a large margin as well. So don't be surprised if Sanders picks up Idaho. Now, North Dakota was another state Bernie won overwhelmingly against Hillary, and he could pick this up too. So if I was to bet on it, unless these polls are exactly accurate, I could see Bernie picking up Idaho. But everything else, I basically agree with the polls. I think Biden's going to win Michigan. I don't know if it's going to be by 17 points. If it is, Bernie might as well end his campaign now because it's downhill from here for him. I mean, all the other states have a bleak outlook for him. The only states where he's leading after tomorrow is Rhode Island, which is a super far left state, and Wyoming. That's it. Those are the only states that Bernie Sanders is leading in, and in Oregon. But these are all states that he won by a huge margin the last time around, and it's because Biden, as incoherent and as senile as he is a better opponent in a Democratic primary than Hillary. He has less baggage, even though he's got plenty of baggage that Trump could use against him. And Bernie is a nice guy. Nice guys finish last, and that especially holds true in politics. Bernie's not going to attack Biden the way he does to win this election, and he's going to lose the primary. I mean, I could say right now that I predict that Joe Biden's going to be the nominee. I mean, that seems obvious, but I mean, that could change. But Bernie has already blown his chances, I think. He didn't attack Biden as hard as he needed to, and now it's coming back to bite him in the ass. So, ultimately, I agree with these predictions. I think these are going to hold up. If Bernie picks up any state, it's going to be Idaho. North Dakota, if he's very lucky, but he's not going to pick up Michigan. But I will say this. The polling in Michigan was very wrong in 2016, and Michigan has notoriously bad polling. So it could be closer. However, I still think Biden's going to win Michigan despite Bernie airing all these uh, ads about Biden. I think it was with trade deals about how he voted for NAFTA and all this stuff. They're airing these ads. But I think Biden dumped $12 million in ad money just recently into these states. I think Biden's going to solidify his lead because Democrats really think that Biden is the best candidate to field against Trump. And I understand the plight of the Bernie supporters because, I mean, Bernie is the best candidate to field against Trump if you want Trump to lose. That's just a fact. Bernie has the momentum. That's why I've been worried about Bernie on this channel. I made a video, a very short video, because, I don't really have a lot of free time on my hands, but I did make a short video about why I think Bernie is the biggest threat, because he can draw at these crowds. But now you're seeing his diverse coalition, as he likes to call it, is like falling apart. So and there's already Bernie supporters that are very nihilistic about his chances. So, is the Bernie camp over? No. Bernie could always make a comeback. Biden could have an absolutely terrible debate performance. Something could be unearthed. Because politics can be unpredictable like that sometimes. But anyway, as far as the race goes, this is the way I see it. I think Biden's going to win tomorrow. I think he's going to win big tomorrow, as the polls suggest. I think the Michigan lead might not be as big as they're saying it is here, but I could see Biden winning Michigan by around 10 points. Missouri, he's probably going to win by around 19. That makes sense. There's a lot of black voters in Missouri in the Democratic primary. And Mississippi, he's going to win overwhelmingly. That's obvious. I don't even know why Bernie would even try to go down to Mississippi. But Idaho and North Dakota, I would say, are the swing states this time around. And Washington, although I think Bernie is going to win Washington since, again, it's a very far leftist state, just like Oregon is, and those are the states Bernie's leading. So I think Bernie, the only place Bernie is strong is the Western Plains and the West Coast. That's it. Everywhere else, Biden is dominant. Hell, we could go ahead a little bit just to give ourselves a little glance at what to expect. Biden is winning humongously in Florida, in Illinois. He's still winning fairly comfortably. Ohio, Arizona, which has a big Hispanic population. He's winning Arizona by 12 points. This is terrible news for Bernie Sanders. I keep pulling Bidenisms now. I guess it's contagious. And every other state, again, he's even losing Hawaii by a point. So I don't really see a path forward for Bernie as of this time. We just look ahead a little bit. The only state he really wins is Rhode Island, again, which is a far left state. Wisconsin he's a little competitive in, but if Biden has a good night tomorrow, I think that's going to change. I think Biden will start going ahead. But again, the left in Wisconsin's been a historically progressive state throughout political history, so I'm not surprised by that at all, really. But look, every other state, see for yourself. Even New Mexico, a huge Hispanic population. Biden's leading by 0.5%. Now, Bernie could easily edge out New Mexico. He could edge out the states Biden winning by a point or two, and Biden will still crush in the primary. So I don't really see a way forward for Bernie Sanders. I keep mixing up the two. I don't really see a way forward for Bernie at this point. But so if you're a Bernie supporter, I guess you have a right to feel nihilistic because 2020 does not seem to be the year of Bernie. And I don't think by 2024 he's going to be too old to run. So I don't really see a path forward for him. But anyway, that's my prediction for tomorrow. We'll see how right I was. Again, I think Idaho will probably go to Bernie Sanders. Washington will go to Bernie Sanders. And, Democrats abroad as well. So the only state that they're predicting that will go to Biden, that I think will go for Bernie, is Idaho. And so that's it for today. That's my prediction for what's going to happen tomorrow. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.